Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Already Wednesday. Jeez Louise. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Good morning to everybody out there. If you're here with me either in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us. Got a lot of folks here popping off in the Discord. Nice trade there, Trader Page. Nice job on Top Step X, no less. There you go. So good morning to Little Stags, John, Futures Trading Today, Seth, Tommy, Liquid Flows, Vibe Trade Channel, Repberg, Nixhound, Astro Nerd, Potamus, John, Cyrus, Dave, Charmods, Marnow, Netflix, Raymond, Panchua, Luna, SW, Janky Chan Man, Midland Trader, Sadek, Mike, Ken, Mel, GA Dog, Ryan, O'Keefe, GW, Alfred, Shogun Beats, Chris, McNasty, John, Mr. Ratatatata, Tommy Ray, Zorban, Archer, Maria, Donnie, Army, Mark, Lara, Epic Gamer, Basdu, Kay, Mendez, Arthur, Tanner, Rude Boy, Chris L, Ava, RTR. Good morning, Shane, Donna, Richard, Darkpool, Medi, 23 Capital Trades, Marcello, Sunrise Driver, Richard, AV, Jimmy Dips, Amer, Ricky, Joffrey, Lenny, Angelo, Dana, Bullshark, Jay, Travis, Matt, Nick, Adam, Mike, Dips, DV8, Seth, Shane, Big Kahuna, Archer, Philippe, DN, G-Lines, S. Olson, Dash, Amato, Airbear, Amateur Genius, 23 Capital Trades, Joy, J-Mac, David. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing out there? It is going to be a pretty exciting day today. We do have some wrap to go over for yesterday's trade. Yesterday was a fun day. There's a lot of opportunities. I mean, it depends on who you ask, right? There's some folks who had a lot of difficulty with yesterday's session and some folks who are in the pocket nailing it. It was a very interesting session because it was really some nice range that we had. We had a lot of nice range yesterday. We had some big opportunities for both ways in the market. Obviously, we had a big downturn before the market opened and continuing when the market did open. We had a nice little bounce there. It's funny, when I was on Top Step TV, Michael put on a trade, MP put on a trade in the house account, and it never got tagged, and we were kind of joking about it. Oh, this is probably going to be the low of the day. And in fact, it was the low of the day. So the market kind of bounced from there. We kind of pulled back. Going into the trading view here. We kind of pulled back. We were kind of skirting the line here at our 293 quarters level here in the Globex session, sort of the overnight session here. Came back down to that 261. We are popping back above that 293. I would really like to see, potentially some price action back down in this area here. We did kind of tap into it. If anybody caught that fair value gap trade off of that one in the pre-market there, I think Panchua actually caught something. I think Panchua actually caught something similar to that, if not actually catching that at all. And then we kind of have a big bullish order block. Nice, Panchua got the 50 points. Nice work there, buddy. Very nice. I love to see, it's great. Success story in the making right there. I love to see what's going on with your trading lately. It's awesome. I love to see that. So we have this kind of bullish order block down here, which is going to coincide with the 261. So I want to see that 261 kind of interact with again. But if we do blow above these equal highs here, then we will potentially see this entertain that liquidity above 319.50. But here's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing, if we kind of zoom out here, I'll go full screen on Bookmap for here for just a moment. But if you kind of see here, this is just a very, very thin market. So for me personally, I haven't taken any trades. You can see my P&L here. I haven't taken any trades yet this morning. I want to wait because at 8:15 this morning, we do have the ADP non-farm employment change. Now, this isn't the NFP, right? Because NFP is non-farm payrolls. That's coming on Friday. But this is going to be the precursor to that. This is going to be the non-farm employment change. I think we're looking at 150,000 jobs being added. And I think that's up maybe like 10,000 from last month. I'll wait for all the analyst predictions to come up on my screen here. But I think we're looking at 150,000 added. Anything that came in a little bit hotter than that could potentially move the market around. And I think, if it came in a little bit cooler, I don't think it'd have as big of an effect. So I'd be looking for a hotter print to have more volatility bringing into the market. So we'll have to see how that kind of plays out here. So ADP non-farm employment change at 8:15. And that's going to be, probably one of the biggest prints of the day. But then in second place, or I guess tied for first, we're going to have the ISM Services Index, prices paid, services, employment, and new orders. That's going to be out at 10 a.m. today. So hopefully we'll be trading that together here on YouTube. If not, we'll be definitely trading that in the Discord. But hopefully we can keep it rolling for YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, If you do enjoy these streams, make sure, number one, you're subscribed. It's easy to do. Just click that subscribe button down there. Make sure the bells are on. And give this video a thumbs up, because if we get to 1,200 likes today, we will be giving away a free Top Step Combine. If we get to 1,100 tomorrow, then we'll give it away tomorrow. But I think that we can get to 1,200 today. I'd be very surprised if we can't hit that. But yeah, so this is the area that we're coming up to, 319 halves here. And we do have a little bit of a gap right here that I want to draw on the chart that we could be jumping up into. These prints can definitely move the market if they're, big, crazy prints. Again, I'm going to be waiting for the analyst expectation. We also have a cavalcade of speakers on the docket today, and 3 of them are voting members. We have 4 speakers. 3 of them are voting members. We have Bowman, Michael Barr, and Adriana Kugler, which are our 3 voters, and we also have Austin Goolsby, who's going to be speaking at noon. Austin is not a voting member, but he was last year, I believe. And he usually can move the market, even though he is no longer a voter. So that should be interesting to see how that kind of injects volatility into the marketplace, especially since, they don't really start until 9:45, which is great. So we'll have a lot of liquidity in the market by that time, 15 minutes after the open. So it's going to be a pretty interesting open. We're going to have folks that are kind of digesting this ADP non-farm employment change print that's going to be out at 8:15 here. It's less than 9 minutes that we're going to get that print. So we'll have folks digesting that print off the market open when the options market opens for equities. And then we'll also have, 15 minutes later, we have Bowman starting to speak. Hopefully she comments on the economy and the state of the economy, like we had Daly and who was it yesterday? It was Daly and Mester who spoke yesterday. I did take some notes on that. That they commented on monetary policy yesterday, and we'll go into that a little bit. But hopefully Bowman does as well. And then 15 minutes after Bowman starts speaking, we are going to have that ISM print out. We also have the crude, gasoline, and distillate inventories out from the DOE today because it's Wednesday. That's going to be out at 10:30 for my crude traders out there. And if you're a distillate trader as well, or a gasoline trader. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that kind of shakes out. The big print, of course, that everybody's waiting for this week is going to be on Friday. That is going to be the non-farm payrolls print. We do have continuing and initial jobless claims tomorrow on Thursday, but that's not going to be as big as a print as the Friday NFP print. It is NFP week. We are going to have a lot of speakers too as well tomorrow and on Friday. So this is kind of like the biggest Fed speak that we've had since the last FOMC meeting. Speaking of the FOMC meeting, we have the next one coming in hot at 28 days out here. 28 days, 5 hours, 51 minutes, and 40 seconds. But who's counting? We do have that coming out in May 1st. And right now, based on the Fed commentary that we had out yesterday, 99% chance of a pause right now. 99% chance of a pause for that meeting. But let's go into it. Maybe we can fit this in before the print happens. Let's go into what we heard out of Mester and Mary Daly yesterday. So Mester is currently a voting member right now. She's going to be retiring at the end of June. So this is her final hurrah until she retires in June. She still will do speaking engagements. That's how they make all of their money. But they're going to be retiring at the end of June. So both Mester and Daly are kind of in line with each other and in line with the SCP dot plot. They both do agree that they are going to see 3 Fed rate cuts this year, that they're plausible was the word that they used, plausible. And that is kind of the median projection from the dot plot right now. She did say that May 1st is too early for a rate cut. So that's kind of why we saw it go from 95% to 99% chance of a pause. I mean, we got that extra 5% from her commentary yesterday. But she also did mention that this doesn't exclude a rate cut in June. For her long-term forecast, she did say that the federal funds rate outlook is around 2.5% to 3%, which is above the Fed's median of 2.6%. So definitely a little bit hawkish there. And she did advocate for a gradual rate reduction along with declining inflation. So if she's seeing inflation decline, that's where she wants to be seeing the rates kind of matching that. So rates coming down with inflation kind of in tandem was her commentary on that. And she did caution saying that heavy cuts could jeopardize where the progress has been made from the Fed. It's kind of like, yeah, what progress? you folks made. Anyway, so Daly's policy, her standpoint projections yesterday in her remarks on inflation, she does recommend maintaining the current policy rate. Again, very hawkish from both of these women. And she did consider 3 rate cuts this year as a reasonable baseline. So that was the kind of the dovish word that she fit in there, was saying that 3 rate cuts is her baseline, which is kind of good. You could say that's a little bit dovish, but I still say overall between those two wonderful ladies, it's still a very hawkish tone out of them. And we're seeing that, I mean, especially in the Treasury yield curve right now, we're seeing some bear steepening, which is the long-term rates are producing a higher yield, whereas the shorter-term rates are down. That's called the bear steepening of the curve. And I think it was due to their commentary here. So I don't even know if we can even count on 3 rate cuts. She did say baseline, but I mean, it's kind of, kind of a little precarious now at this juncture in the market here. She did say that she's emphasizing the need for careful assessment before they get their next rate cut. Again, very hawkish commentary. And then she did say that premature adjustments, dropping the rates too early, would again disrupt the progress that the Fed has made so far. She did say that she's noting an uneven decrease in inflation, stressing the importance of additional efforts to ensure inflation right now is on the correct path. So this is why all of these data points are so important. When we get these the jobs data that's coming out, we get the CPI print, I believe, is out next week. We need to pay attention to this, because this is where the keys come in, So if we don't have the numbers that are fitting into what the Fed wants to see, then we're just not going to get any cuts, and they can hold out for as long as possible. Unless, inflation starts to get out of control, then we'd have to have like a rate increase. MP actually said yesterday on Top Step TV, he's banking on there being a rate increase. I don't agree with that, but of course the data could make me shift my opinion. Otherwise, I'm in line with the Fed right now, saying that 3 rate cuts is nominal, but it's a vast difference from what we saw back in December, where we were expecting 7 rate cuts. At least the analysts were, and it was fun to behold that. But equity's up, bond yields up. It's a funky market. They did come down a little bit yesterday, but it's an interesting market that we're in, to say the least. So, let's see how this print kind of shakes out here. The 8/15 non-farm employment change. Let's see if I have previews on the platform already. We are expecting, like I said, 150,000 versus 140,000. We didn't have any analysts kind of swaying that there. So 150,000 is the estimate. 150,000 is the estimate, and we will see if it comes in a little bit hotter. I could see the market kind of rolling over a touch. We haven't seen a lot of thicker liquidity right now. We are seeing volume slightly ticking up, but it's not enough for me to put on a trade. So I'm going to wait for the afterglow of this print, unless we get a very congruent print or a big outlier print. Let's say we added 200,000 or we only added 50,000. That would be a big outlier print. That's something that I could probably play with some juice here. So we'll have to see. Good luck to everybody who's going to play this. This is coming out in 90 seconds here. 90 seconds. Trader Page is locked out of this account, feeling like I'm getting the hang of Tops of X. Nice work there, Trader Page. Up $489. Stream went dead in Discord. Cannot get it back. You just have to restart Discord. That's all you have to do there. And if you're on a Mac, you have to force quit it. You can't just click the close button. Macs don't really close applications unless you quit them. So one of those weird little things there. Less than a minute now, folks. Less than a minute. Good luck to everybody out there. Let's see if we can catch a nice trade on this one. But again, the market is thin here. I'd like to see some liquidity jumping back in. And if we don't see that, then we'll have to be patient. Rose, being new to your site, what are the levels you list for NASDAQ in your morning level? They're posted right here, Chris. They're in morning memo right there. That's the channel where it's posted every single day. Alrighty, folks, we are inside 30 seconds now. 20 seconds still to print here. 20 seconds. Alrighty, 20 seconds now. 10 seconds. 10 seconds still to print. Again, 150,000 is the estimate here. 150,000. $184. Wow, that seems way hotter than expected. $184. Wow, these are very thin. I mean, I really want to short this thing on that. That's a bigger than expected. 184 added versus 150 was the estimation there. I'm gonna try a short here. I mean, we should dunk low on that, but the spreads are very, very wide here. Can we break these 300s? Let's see. And we're not flushing these 300s yet. I hate how thin this is too. We might not break it just yet. Let's see here. Can we break these 300s? Got a terrible fill at 299 quarters. We should flush here, but very, very thin. Watching here, 300s are still holding. I don't like that. Pay is heating up from the ADP there. Again, this should make the market roll. This is extremely thin, very low liquidity here. Not a lot of reaction on this print. This is the largest gain that we've seen in employment change since last July. Again, this should be tanking the market. I'm about to close this though, since we're not snapping these 300s. This should really roll on 300 here. There we go. Little roll below. Let's get that follow through now. There we go. I don't know why that took so long. I don't know why we're resting at those 300s for so long. And now we're coming back up. This is strange. I expected the market to react a lot heavier on this print here. Good golly. Yeah, I might have to close this because we're not getting that clean reaction that I like to see on this type of newsprint here. I'm just going to close that. Interesting. Yeah, we're not getting the big reaction I'd like to see on this. It should be rolling to the downside here, but it's just a little bit tricky. It's a little bit going about scratch there, $49 loss. But yeah, I just don't like how that's reacting. We should be seeing this rolling hard here. Let's see what happens around 293. Can we blow through 293? Liquidity is leaving a lot to be desired here. Definitely a lot to be desired. Why would a higher number of hirings cause the market to flush? Well, because if wages are coming in hotter, that means inflation is still up. Wages should be dropping. We need inflation to be dropping and wages to be dropping in order for the Fed to be thinking about a rate cut here. If it's running hot, that means inflation is out of pocket here, and that means that rate cuts are going to be less and less likely. The less likely rate cuts are, the more the economy equities at least should fade. That has been kind of the MO here. And this is the biggest increase since July of 23. So this is not great data, but very slight reaction on this. Surprisingly, I mean, that to me is an outlier print. I mean, we're 34,000 above what the estimate was. And so, yeah, a little shocking for me. A little shocking that we don't get a nice reaction. But hey, we manage our risk on that, and perfectly fine. Made $40 on ES, think I'll retire. When I'm feeling in the pocket for data releases, it's always lackluster. Isn't that the way that it works, right? It's always like that. Market always waits until you're ready and prepared and you're feeling in the pocket, and then it goes, just kidding. Ribs passed my 150K combine 2 days into Express account. Thanks for all you do. Nice work there, Jim. Can we give it up for Jim passing 150K combine into the Express funded? So yeah, I mean, that's going to kind of shake things up here. That's really going to shake things up. Let's see. When is the, let's see, Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised here. We didn't even go down to 293. If we would have gone down to 293 and we would have showed a bunch of bids there, maybe I could have found a long, but I still think this thing wants to roll. It's just too dang thin. Look at how low this volume is right now. And I'm not sure why there's such a lack of participation on a print like that. You'd think that the market would be congruent. But by golly, it's just not what I want to see in a nice trading environment here. So I'm going to try to be patient and see if we have any kind of volume stepping in here at all. Ooh, the 10-year flushed. Interesting. So 300, again, we are tucking below 300 here. Let's see if still not a lot of volume coming in. I really dislike this tape right now. Rips, I saw 293 was level listed in your letter. Are those key levels of support to you? Not necessarily support, but they are levels of interest. The more you follow along in here, the more that you'll see how those levels, I highly recommend putting all of those levels from the memo on your chart as fast as possible, Chris. And we also have some tools that some members have created that add them to your chart auto-magically. So highly recommend getting those levels on your chart and seeing how the price action interacts with those levels for you. Yeah, we do have, again, a lot of Fed speakers here. Is Bostic at 8:30? I don't know why I don't have Bostic at 8:30. Let me see if that's on my schedule here. Bostic, where are you? Yeah, there we go. So Bostic on CNBC. It's a late ad there. Thank you for that, NQ Wolf. So late ad of the day there is Bostic. Oh, there we go through 293. God golly, I guess we should have been able to hold on to this. This is where we're getting back into that level of inefficiency as well. Very low liquidity. Not a great market to be trading, unfortunately. Yeah, we need a player like that on ES, yeah. So we'll see if Bostic, again, Bostic's a voting member, Raphael Bostic, if he can shake and shimmy the market here. If we do show weakness up towards these 293s, maybe I could find a short here to continue the same idea I was taking. Equities are affected very little here. Jerome Powell speaks this afternoon. I don't have him on my schedule anywhere for some reason. Oh, I'm sorry. I have him at 12:10. Sorry about that. I forgot to mention Mr. Jerome Powell. That's kind of, don't want to leave Mr. Powell out there. He's going to have some Q&A as well. PMI data is out at 10 a.m. today, Josh. We talked about that at the top of the call. So we have PMI out at 10. I'm sorry, ISM, not PMI. PMI is going to be not that big of an effect. PMI is going to be out at 9:45 today, but it's not going to have that big of an effect. The ISM services index is going to have a much bigger effect, Josh. So bouncing off of that. We tucked under 293. We are bouncing off that a little bit there. What do I mean about voting members? They have a vote during the Federal Open Market Committee conference that they have where they decide on where the rates are going to go. So voting members have power in directing their votes, and it's majority rules for voting. And if they're a voting member, they get a vote at the table. So they have the interest rates in their hands as voting members. We're getting these little weak bounces and then kind of getting back up here. You know what? I'm going to get back short. And if we get a bounce back up to 300, I'm going to add into that there. I do want to see this at least having some interplay down to those low 80s. And I think that we could see equities starting to roll. We're seeing some pressure in Google and Microsoft here. Hey, Rips, I've just started XFA and I'm peeling off my winners too early. Any solutions? Did you trade your combine like that as well? Were you peeling off winners too soon? Because there could be a deeper problem in play there. It might not just be related to your XFA. I mean, that's a big problem that a lot of traders have with peeling off winners too early. You have to calculate what, your overall trade plan is and probably calculate where you want to have a take profit versus trying to trade it in a discretionary mindset. But I'm curious how you traded your combine to get there. Let's see, voting member equals people that matter. Yeah, I would say so. But also, when we have non-voting members speaking, their words can still carry a lot of weight. If your combine, your average trade time was about double, then, honestly, get in that same headspace. Or switch back over to a combine until you can get back into that headspace where it should be natural for you to just, trade it in the same fashion that you were trading it before. That's what I would say. See if we're weak up to these 290s at all. I'd like to see this rejecting 293s to the north side here. Gonna put on a second lot here. Looking for 80s to trade. There we go. Nice flush down into 85 there. Beautiful pull. Beautiful. I'm going to take one off right there. That's the reaction we were looking for. So we got a lot of liquidity tucked there below those 80s. And like we said, you know, that print was god awful for the market. And this is the reaction I expected to see right out of the gates. I'm just shocked it took that long. Really, I am. So we're right in that inefficiency, coming back down to that bullish order block here. And we'll see if we can potentially get a cover down there. I'm actually going to move my stop 75 quarters now in case one player jumps in with ants in their pants. I don't expect it, but it can happen. Anybody else catch that move to the downside there on that flushacito? I would have loved to have my original entry. Another 15 points. Nice work there, Panchua. There you go. Nice work, everybody. There you go. Love to see that. Very well done. I'm actually going to move my stop a little bit tighter just in case we do bounce right off this order block. I want to capture some more profit. There we go. There's our profit. All right, so that's going to put us up on the day here. Where are we at? Hey, $2,200. Yeehaw. I like when the market does what it's supposed to do. That's always fun. So yeah, we copy trading, 4 accounts, Charmots. That is across 4 accounts here. There we go. Right there. Fun stuff. But yeah, we are coming down. Somebody's front running into that bullish order block, of course. Copy trading on 2 accounts. Very, very nice. We're trading on combines still. I'm still trading on combines. I'm in no rush to get back into the XFAs or even my live account. I'm in no rush. I'm taking it easy. You know, ever since we kind of pushed back the Top Step Trader League, I felt very little pressure. I'm very happy to just kind of be trading whatever I want, whenever I want kind of deal. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful flush. So we're coming back down to that order block. 261s if they're weak here. We can find continuation. Look, now we find these sellers. I don't know where these folks were hiding. They could have got a much better price higher up there, like right on the print. I don't know what these folks were thinking. I mean, hello, McFly. I mean, come on. You folks could have got way better prices way up there. I don't know what the heck you're waiting until the 60s to sell it now. Kind of ridiculous. I don't really understand what their thought process was behind that. So coming down to these 60s here, I do expect that we might see a little bit of a bounce here since we had a big kind of ruffling of the feathers there, basically from 75 down to 60. So 15 points there. They didn't have their obligatory monster drink yet. That's what they needed. Good golly. That's funny. It's crazy. You know, maybe everybody else got the news on a delay and we got it first. We have Glenn Powell in the chat here. Glenn, I loved you in Top Gun 2. Fantastic performance. They must have accidentally been on their practice accounts. The data was so hot that everyone was pointing fingers saying you first, right? Yeah, I felt like nobody wants to get in the pool. I just didn't understand it. I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm telling, you know, about 2,000 people, hey, we should be going down on this print. And it's like tick, 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 tick. And I'm sitting there like, oh boy, Who looks like a moron? This guy. It's like, I don't know. You start to think about, am I interpreting the whole market wrong? You start to doubt yourself because it's like hotter data. We should be going down. It's 30K hotter. It's the biggest, hottest print since July. We should be going down. And then, the market's going tick, 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 tick. And then finally somebody wakes up. They're like, oh, yeah, we're supposed to sell this thing. Oh, good golly. All right. So we're in this bullish order block right now, but I'm not seeing any kind of support. We are seeing volume steadily decline here, which is not great. Market makers are listening. They watch. This is the stream that they watch. I'm telling you. Yeah, this is it. Their trade bait was lagging. They forgot to buy the market data, so they were 15 minutes behind. That's what happened. No doubt here. Riv's still holding 4 lots. Nice work there, Carl. Way to go. I was too timid. I should have, just held pretty hard there. We do have liquidity down here to the 50s, but I just don't know. I don't trust this low liquidity. So we're waiting to hear from Mr. Raphael Bostic. He's on CNBC any moment here. Ribs, how do you add in your positions? I use Chart Trader on NinjaTrader. That's what I'm using. This is really annoying. I had a great entry from the news event, and then I took profit only 10 points into the trade, and then it goes down another 40 points, and I miss it. I took profit early because I was negative before the news, and I want to be positive for the day. Hide that P&L, Matthew. That's the best advice I can give you, is hide that P&L. Because you're not trading the trade, you're trading P&L. Put a Post-it note over your part of your screen. That's what I used to do before we could. We had fancy pants things to be able to like, there's in Top Step X, you can hide your P&L, which is amazing. But I'm old school. I did a Post-it note back in the day when I had an issue with that. I was using Dash Trader at the time. But that's what you do. Hide your P&L, Post-it note. Get opposite problem. Don't take profit soon enough. Keep journaling. You'll find a nice little balance. I think that problem's easier to fix than the problem of taking profits too early. Fancy pants things. Did not expect that third leg down. Yeah, I mean, it was a very negative print. I'm happy to take profit when we did because we nailed it. We got, about $600 on each account there. I'm happy to nail what we did. I just don't want to jump back into this unless we have the liquidity to support it, and we're just not seeing that liquidity stepping in. And Raphael Bostic could say something, and it's just sends the market crazy, right? So we want to wait. We have some Brazilian data at the top of the hour, some Canadian data at the bottom of the hour at 9:30 and the market open. And then we have the PMI that's 15 minutes after the open. Again, I don't really expect the PMI to move the market all that much. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, to be honest with you. How long have you been trading CME? I mean, I've been trading futures for a very long time. I started futures shortly after I started trading equities. I mean, it's probably like 2 years into my equities journey that I started trading futures. So about 8 years ago is what I'd say. I wasn't very good at it. I wasn't very good at it at all. And I mean, I tell this story often, but I was on TD Ameritrade where I started trading futures. This is a long time ago because TD Ameritrade was the first platform that I started trading equities on. And when I was trading NASDAQ, it's like $50 a point. I had a pretty decent size account, and I tried to put on more than one contract, and in my eyes, it was like putting on shares. I traded options during that time, but I didn't think about contracts in the same way or anything like that there were leveraged contracts. I put on one share in my mind, and I tried to put on another one, and TD Ameritrade said I couldn't. And I obviously have the balance to support it. So I call my my guy at TD Ameritrade. I had a direct line to my local rep, and he's like, how much do you want to trade? And I said, I want to trade like 100 or 200 of these things. And he just kind of laughed. He's like, are you serious? It's like, what? What's the big deal? It's like 200 shares. Who cares? It's like $50 a point. It's like $1,000 a point for 200 of these shares. And he's just, he's just laughing at me. He's like, first of all, it's $20 in the NASDAQ. It's $50 in the S&P. So on that alone, I don't want to give you size. Anyway, we talked about it, and it was basically like I got like 10 or 15 contracts, and then I proceeded to lose a whole bunch of money because I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, it was funny because I was restricted by one contract in futures, and I was just going crazy. Ribs, how do you deal with being locked to 3 contracts in an XFA on a 150K versus 15 on a combine? This has ruined me and my confidence past 150K in 2 days, down 3,000 the XFA in 1 day. Wow. I mean, honestly, Jeff, if you're losing $3,000 with 3 contracts, I mean, what makes you think that you do better if you had 15 contracts? I feel like that would make you lose quicker, right? I would just stick to one lot trades and get your rhythm going. And if it doesn't make sense, just go back to the combine. I think a lot of the issues that people have can be fixed with going back to trading on a combine, getting your confidence back, getting your bearings back, and just, remembering what you were doing. And I understand that there's a mental barrier between trading on a combine and trading on an XFA, but there has to be a way that you're provisioning your mind and just conditioning yourself where you're just kind of just going through the motions and it's not disruptive to your flow. By the way, we did bounce right up on that bullish order block. Anybody, I mean, it feels like Panchua or Christian. Did you folks take that trade off that bullish order block there? Anybody? I'm curious. I feel like that's a Panchua or a Christian trade right there. Okay. All right. Julius caught it. Netflix caught it. Nice. Panchua did not. I feel like that's kind of your setup there. 50% off the block and sold for pennies. Like, don't beat yourself up. Come on, get out of here. Just don't beat yourself up. So if we retrace into this inefficiency and kind of reject off the midpoint, I'd be looking for a short back down into that block. I mean, looks like we kind of missed the boat already. But again, this is such low liquidity. I hate to trade in this environment there. Which time frame? Order block is 15-minute right here. This is a 15-minute. Caught 500 off the bounce. Nice work there, Astro Nerd. Way to go. Agreed. I'm working on breaking that barrier between XFA and combine as I just got my first XFA recently. I'm adding another 50K combine to get back into the swing. And that's the thing. Like, just because you have an XFA, remember, your XFA is not a monthly fee. You pay one lifetime fee. You have it for as long as you can keep it, right? And hopefully you get called up into a live from it. We've had a couple folks now in Clubhouse have been called up to live. Have been trading tremendously strong. We're coming back down here a little bit here. Not seeing any commentary out of Bostic. Anybody see what he's saying on CNBC? I'm not seeing any kind of commentary out of Bostic yet. But yeah, just, there's no harm in, you can have that XFA just sitting there. Just because you have it doesn't mean you need to trade it. And, you might find that you have a combine. And the great thing about combines and XFAs versus, combines and live account, they're on the same login. Your combine and your XFAs are in your same login. And it's just as easy as just using your drop down in TopsUpX or in NinjaTrader, just switching the account just like that. And so you can just trade combines. And the worst thing that happens is that you pass that combine and then you have a second XFA. And now think about how your mentality shifts. You have one XFA and then you got this backup XFA that you're not even touching. Doesn't mean that you're going crazy on that one XFA. But you don't have to copy both of your XFAs, but find a way to give yourself that mental clarity where you're not sitting there and you're saying to yourself, okay, this is it. This is the big times. This is the one where I got to get the withdrawals from. Okay, I got to do really, really well. And you're stressing yourself out, right? And I understand where you come from because that's where the reality of the situation is. But in reality, that's not going to help your trading. You're going to be spooking yourself out of trades and you're going to be doing things that are ridiculous. So you need to find a way that you're taking your trades in a way that you were taking them on your combines, and you're just trading it exactly the same way. You trade at least once 30 days. If that's the case, then just flip a contract. Go in, select the micros, buy, sell, buy market, sell market. There's your 30 days done. Simple as that, right? If you're so worried about that. If you don't trade your XFA for a month, can I lose it? If it's on the sidelines, no. If you pay the lifetime fee, but if it's in your list of accounts, just set a timer in your phone every 25 days that you remember to flip a contract. If you're leaving it there on the side, I mean, 30 days is a long time. 30 days is a month. I mean, it's a long time. It's pretty likely that you're going to touch your XFA within 30 days, but you can put a reminder in your calendar on your phone, right? Just put in a reminder there that you got to flip a contract, and there you go. You've traded your XFA. Rips, when will Top Step increase XFA's accounts? I thought it was about to this month. Maybe. He said that it's on the lower end of the priority list. Micros to minis is the biggest one, and I agree with how big of a deal that's going to be. Micros to minis is going to help out the 50K XFA traders out there in a big way. I'm going to take that short. We rejected there off the midpoint of that inefficiency again. So I'm going to try this short here, and especially if we break down below 70s, this should be strong. And I'm going to move my stop pretty tight here, just in case we have the wrong idea on this one here. Just trading a one lot. Thought you need to have 30 days for a $200 for a pay. No. It's 5 days of $200 or more, non-sequential. I mean, it can be non-consecutive days. Any 5 days of $200 or more to get a payout, but we're just talking about, having an XFA. You pay one lifetime fee and you keep it, right? So to trade ES contracts, you need at least $12,000 in your account, right? It depends on your broker. I mean, every futures broker is different. AMP has probably the lowest rates. Tradeovate and NinjaTrader are probably second best, in my opinion. And it's just all varies. How do we apply the 60% promo? The link doesn't work. You take it all the way to checkout without checking out. And if you don't see any deeper discounts, then that's the deepest discount that is available at that time. Hey, Ribs, you spoke of suggesting changing from 5 $200 days to 7 $100 days to Michael. Did you go through with that? I have no new information on that other than what we discussed there. Can't wait and hope they do increase the XFA sizes. Currently have several past 150K combines that I can't trade because I have 3 50K XFAs. Make sure you pay for those, Jay, because otherwise in 30 days they're gonna get canceled. So make sure you pay. Make sure you pay for those. That would be my best advice to you. We got to break these 70s to the downside here, targeting 65s or lower. So a little snap below 70 there, which is nice. But we need to see follow through. Right now, we just had kind of a draw below those 70s. Was the first broker you mentioned before Ninja and Tradeovate? AMP. Oh, you did. Perfect, Jay. Perfect. Alrighty, folks. If you're enjoying the stream here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you are subscribed to the stream with your notifications turned on. And hit that lucky like button, because if we get to a total of 1,200 likes today, we will be giving away a free combine there. Ribs, you go over bullish order blocks and inefficiencies in your educational videos? Yes. I have. We're actually doing a new webinar today. And if you sign up for the trial, you get full access to the webinar archive. You have 7 days during that trial. You can binge watch all of the webinars basically for free. Come in, soak up all the material, and then skitter on out. Simple as that. AMP is really good. Been using them for years. Yeah, I use them for a little bit too. I think AMP is great. They will beat any commission price out there. See if we can actually get a nice break below these 70s or not. Right now, 70s are just kind of holding here. Curious if I could actually flip a contract from like 77 back down to 70s or not. If we join the Discord, can we set up time for you with mentorship? Yeah, I do one-on-ones in there. You get, it's free. It's completely free. If you're a member, you get access to at least one a month. Hey, good morning, Pat. Good to see you. Is there a webinar on how to get the levels you give out every day? No, and there never will be. Morning, Ribs. Listening to this from work. Nice. Good to see you there rocking. I'm going to do a little ad right here. Trying to flip back down to these 70s. Ribs, being so brutally honest is always crazy to me. In what way? I mean, maybe because I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't know. And I got a cover right there. I'm taking one off, leaving one as a runner. See if we get a break below these 70s or not. This is low liquidity. We're just kind of playing the range here. If we don't break this, I'm just going to cover right there. And we added like a couple bucks here. We were at 22.52 and we added $100 there. Just kind of playing the range. We flipped one out from 70 down to 7 or 77 down to 70 there. So it's a good thing, buddy. There you go. Are you using leverage? Sorry, I'm newborn beginner to trading. Rusted man, check out this link that we have in the description. You can trade on Top Step without risking your own capital. And by the way, if you want to support the stream, all you do is click that link and you can close it after that. You just click the link. It does support the stream. Believe it or not there. 22.55 here. Nice, Jose. We're matching. We're matching in our profits there. Let's see. Regular trading hours for CBD. What do I use for CBD? I think I reset it at, what is my market time here to reset this? 9:30 Eastern is when I reset it. Yeah, there's that break below the 70s. Yeah, Coach Dakota, by the way, I don't think he's watching. He's probably sleeping. But Coach Dakota has been doing tremendously well lately. Just killing it in the markets. Absolutely destroying it here. We are definitely coming down there. Yeah, Coach has been absolutely destroying it lately. I think he's up. He had in his XFAs, I don't know, another $50,000. I think he's going to be top of the board. We'll have to see on Top Step TV later today. 100K, yeah, 100K for Coach Dakota. That was a good call on the ad at 77 with a take profit at 70. I saw how you did that, and that worked well for me as well. Nice, Matthew. Yeah, this is just a little flip. You know, we're just playing that range. We did that yesterday on Top Step TV quite a bit. You just see a range and you just grab into it and you keep your stops tight enough where you're not. It's not a big risk, and it's just a classic little flip there. And I like to do that if you already have a position on. It's a great way to kind of reduce your average and finagle yourself out of a position there where, you know, we're taking a little bit of heat. Yeah, it's a base hit. Exactly right. Take a little heat, take it up here, flip it down there, leave one as a runner. If we get the snap, we get it. We weren't patient enough to wait for the snap, and I didn't like that uptick back up towards 72. And you can keep the idea of saying, you know, you're going to keep playing ping pong with it. So it comes back up to 77. You do an ad, you'll probably get back to around break even at that trade. But for me, I was willing to just take the profit because liquidity is so low. If we had more liquidity, maybe I'm leaving it on for longer. But you know, that's what I'm looking for there. It makes sense to me. Ripside targeted your level at 262 versus the 270 handle. Were you reading the order book for the 270? Yes, I was reading the order book, and I use Bookmap. Slow this morning. Need more Monster. Goodness gracious. You and Dakota are the only traders I like to watch on Top Step. I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Ash. This is why this is the best job side hustle ever, isn't it? It's great, right? Nice work there, Alfred. Way to go. I love that. Nicely done. Selling rips on sugar trips. Well, I hate to break it to you, but this is no sugar in this thing. Hate to disappoint there. Rips, you use footprint charts and cumulative delta. I use cumulative delta. I don't use footprints anymore. But Bookmap actually has a really nice add-on now for footprints. I showcased it the other day. I think it was in Discord that I showcased it. But yeah, it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. I used to trade off footprints and TPOs. What kind of trading is Coach Dakota doing? He's slow markets trader. He's a very slow-paced trader. He admits that he has a lower win rate, which I don't really believe. I see the guy knocking it out of the park all the time. He's one of my favorite traders. You know, he's up there. He's one of my favorite traders, and he trades slow markets. So he's trading the slower session, which is not the New York session, and he's been doing really, really well. That's his favorite thing to trade. And so you should always stick in with what you like to be trading. So for me, I like trading momentum. I love the action of the NASDAQ. Hold on. Here we go. Bostic is hawking out over here. Seeing if we're getting a bounce back up to 61 or so. He's saying that we're going to have to be more patient with rates. I mean, I'm shorting at the bottom of this range here. And if we don't get this flush down to the 50s, I want to be pulling out of this thing. So there we go. Nice. Lot of bids, though, down there at 55. Ooh, he just said we'll see one rate cut this year. It's likely we'll see one rate cut this year. Oh, let's see how the market reacts on that. That was what we saw that big flush for. But we did see a lot of liquidity jumping in there at 55. So let's see if this negates things or not. I want to see a reject up here at 61. And we might get a quick bounce and then a reversal again. But equities, Google is fading. We have Microsoft kind of basing out here. Let's see. I want to see 61s rejecting as well. Liquidity drying up a little bit there. But that was not the best thing that you want to hear from Bostic if you're looking for longs here. So there we go. Coming down. Beautiful, beautiful flush there. Can we get below the 50s is the question. And are we weak up towards that 55? One rate cut would likely come at the end of the year. That's why we saw that big flush to the downside there. Let's see if we can blow below 50s now. Don't like that bounce, to be honest with you. Not a big fan of that bounce. Let's see if we're weak at 55s, however. He says that we're not going to get to 2% until early 2026. I'm surprised the market's bouncing on that. Good golly. Yeah, we got stopped out there. Yeah, get back some of our profits. Back down to 245 there. Yeah, unfortunate. You know, I thought on that kind of commentary like that, but this is why we trade with stops. That kind of commentary should be flushing the market. I got a little bit greedy there after we saw that liquidity showing up those 50s, but hey, we're back in the saddle again. Let's see if we can trade around that pull back up towards those 70s there. See if we are weak back down towards these 61s. And he was saying all the right things for me to be short. I would take that exact same trade every single day of the week there. Let's try this again. Back below 65 again. If we get below 61, we could potentially see this retesting those 50s again. So watching here. And I guess we have room all the way back up towards about 71 or so. So let's see if we're weak at these 61s. Interesting how fast that reversed off of that 50 there. 50 all the way to 70 basically. Our 61 is going to remain weak here. That is the question. Inflation data moving back to a higher trajectory, according to Bostic. So again, looking for 61s to be weak here. I mean, the fact that the market's absorbing this and not rolling gives me cause for concern. Adding to that right there. See this weak below 55s now. And bids are showing up, surprisingly. Not a lot of sell side volume is showing on continuation here. See if we get rejected back below these 61s. Very, very thin. Watching here back at 70s. Watching here. He said one thing that could change his outlook would be if the labor market started to change, but he's not seeing anything to that effect currently. And still bidding up above these 70s here. Stops at 76. Let's see if we can flush back at these 70s here. If not, we'll flip out of this trade and look for our next setup. I kind of want to actually have this a little bit higher here, just in case I want to cap into this. All right, he's finished with his interview. Let's see if the market's not just going to rip up now that he's finished here. Adding to that, looking for 70s to pull. So watching for the 70 to fade now. Sellers are coming in, but there's a lot of bid support, surprisingly. Folks are showing up like 67 or so. See if we can get some continuation back down here. Want to see weakness persisting below these 70s. Want 65 to pull bids here. Watching for these 65s to pull. And we are about 4 minutes from the top of the hour, 3.5 minutes here. There should be an injection of liquidity coming in right around that time. So we want to see this 64 level starting to give out. If we do get that continuation, we could potentially add into that momentum, looking for a quick flip of the ad. So watching here. Right now, currently holding 65s. It's not ideal. Where I need to see this flipping out. Of these 65s, I need to see a nice flush below. So watching here. Okay, there's below 65. I don't like those big bids that show up when we started to flush into that, though. Do not like that at all. Need to see strong pull. There we go. A little bit stronger there. Can we get some continuation without these ridiculous bounces? I'm going to cover the majority of that position there on the bid. Very, very thin here, which I don't really like. Leaving one as a runner. Not a huge fan of the price action here. Very, very thin. Commentary tricky, though. I mean, that's not really what I expect to happen on that type of commentary. That big push back up towards, 50 to 75 essentially there. Not the best. I'm just going to cover there. All right, so we're at 245. That's bringing us up to 423 there. So a little bit of a recovery. We'll wait for the market open there, but yeah, to be honest, the reaction that we had there off the lows, I saw bids firming up, but I didn't expect a 20 handle bouncer off 50s. So, it's one of those things where I'm going to be strong on my opinion on what the market should do there. And I did kind of let that override what I'm seeing on the tape, because if we're going over to Bookmap here, you can see that right when we got that flush, we were up money in that position. We got that beautiful flush, but then I didn't cover because I thought we would have broken 50s and we have room down to the 25s there. So if we break those 50s, we have liquidity. You can see it's resting right there. That's the liquidity that I'm looking for us to entertain. This right here is algorithms that are trying to cover more into what's being shorted there. I just didn't expect that big of a violent bounce, especially when he says the first time that we're going to see inflation around 2% is 2026. That to me is as hawkish as it gets. So, is what it is. He is a voter too. Bostic is a voter. It's crazy that happens. So, you know what? It is what it is. I'm happy to be back in the green here. We were temporarily red there, but it's okay. It's okay. We gave a little bit back. We gave a little bit more back. We covered some and we covered a little bit more there. So it's okay. The market will sometimes not trade to the way that the news is reacting. And I just didn't read the market correctly there. And that's going to happen from time to time. It's okay. We take it. We move on. So the next thing coming up here is going to be the ISM services. And the PMI rather. The PMI is going to be at 945 there. 945. So wrong read on the price action, right read on the data. And very, very thin market. Very, very thin market right now, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Wearing my X-Wing helmet I bought off eBay, and the yellow visors give me... Richard, what are you wearing your X-Wing helmet for? Struggling with the mental side of taking a trade in my funded account past many evals, but end up blowing the funded one due to fear of the trade, even if it meets all of my strategy criteria. So I would say what we were talking about earlier, Eric, I would be definitely just going back to a combine and trading in that combine until you get it back in lockstep there. That's what I'd be doing. Rips, are you mostly sell, buy, stop entries or market? The stops are usually only to get me out of the trade. I do TP, take profits, limit orders for those, but I'm usually marketing in if I need to jump in, or buying off of the bid, or selling the ask. And then to cover, if I'm short, buying the bid, and if I'm long, probably selling the ask or marketing out. Depends. I mean, it's all dependent. There's no, it's all dependent on what we're doing. Having XFAs waiting in the wings really seems to help with the XFA fear, at least for me. I agree. And just, you trade on a combine. What's the worst that can happen is that you pass a combine and you get another XFA. If you're feeling out of the pocket. I'm not liking this price action. Good golly, not liking it. I think the market is waiting for Jay Powell for real moves. That's why my comment was about. Also, NFP week is extremely difficult to read, highly manipulated week. I agree with you, but I still want to trade it. That's another reason why I'm not trading in my XFAs today. Still trading in 4 combines. I could trade 10 combines. I don't know. I've had some luck trading 4. I originally started the week wanting to trade 3, but the trade copy was set to 4, and so I just ran with it. Is there a coupon code? Top step reset. There's a coupon code that's pinned to the top of the chat there. NQ watching the 280 level to see if this short does continue. I mean, you're not going to get much more bearish, hawkish commentary out of Bostic than that. So the market absorbing the pants off of that to me says that the market doesn't really care. The market says, okay, you had terrible data this morning. You had Raphael Bostic basically saying, oh, maybe we'll do one rate cut. I don't know. Like Fed completely pushing back, and the market kind of said every single time he had that verbiage, the market shot down because the algorithms are receiving that data. But then you see these big bidders showing up, and what does that tell you? Well, the market doesn't want to go any lower. We don't have sellers, at least right now, right? Good morning, Wotes. Good to see you. Give you my login. Can you pass my combine? I actually asked Top Step if I could give away a past combine, and they said no. What do you do with all these past combines? I pay for them, and then they wait in the wings. Next, Fed heads will be dovish for the rest of the day. Yeah, usually that's how it goes, right? That's usually how it goes. What do I think about AMD? I'm not a big trader of AMD. I traded it, years ago, but I'm not a big trader of it. I don't really talk about it all that much. I used to give levels on AMD, but now, as far as chips go, I focus on NVIDIA. Do you pay monthly for those past combines? Nope. One lifetime fee. That's it. Why are you not buying if it can't go lower? Well, because the price action right here, just because it can't go lower overall, doesn't mean that right now that we can't skitter lower. It doesn't mean that if I go long here, it doesn't mean that we can't come down, sweep liquidity lower and go much higher. It's not how the markets work. Is there anywhere we can see your levels? Yeah, I give them out every single day in Market Clubhouse. If you want to check it out, here's the link. 7 days for $7, practically free. Come check it out and see if you like it for those 7 days. And if you don't, hey, you still get 7 days to come hang out. You have a great family in here. What are the names of the lines on the chart? Hourly high, hourly low. Oh, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yeah, Wyckoff. It's classic Wyckoff. I'm a big fan. That's what Wyckoff is. Just say Wyckoff. How long do you have to pay the lifetime when you pass a combine? 30 days. 30 days. 30 days. Should have held AMD at $3. Wow. Yeah, there you go. 30 or $3. That's quite the bargain on AMD. I remember when AMD was trading like, $40, $50. Didn't know it was called the other way. Yeah, Wyckoff. There you go. For anyone new in the Clubhouse, Rip's secondary handles the skittering oracle. Yep, you nailed it, Sam. You were on the button there. You are spot on. Folks, again, if you are enjoying the stream, please hit that lucky like button, because get up to 1,200 likes, we will be giving away a free Top Step Combine. Everybody asking, what's the reset code? How do I get combines for free? Well, you just hit the like button. It's that simple. I'm using Tradeovate. How do I switch to Ninja? You have to purchase an account with Ninja. Let's do a poll here. Let's see. Will the NQ finish the day higher or lower? Oops. There we go. There's our poll, folks. There's a trading strategy called AMD and a stock called AMD. That's where it's that's where it's confusing there. I was a broker in 2002 buying Nvidia for $3. Yeah, I didn't hold on to it, but I was a buyer in Nvidia for like $100-something. Overall on the day or from this price? I would say from this price, because right now we're 0.3% in the whole across both indices. Well, no, that's not right. That's not correct. We are at negative 16%, 0.6. Yeah, we're at negative 16% in the S&Ps, 0.16. PMI is going to come in hot and Powell will come in hawkish. That's a good call. You never know. Combine question. I currently have 5 of the $4.50 combines. I also have a coupon code that expires tomorrow for 50% off up to 5 accounts of any size. Would you go ahead and get all 5? I mean, it's your financial situation. I don't know what your financial situation is, but Top Step rarely ever does sales. So, I mean, I'm from the camp where it's like, might as well have combines, right? There's no shame in having combines. So, I mean, the worst thing that happens is that you pass them, right? I received a discounted reset last week, but it expires soon. If I sign up for a 150K combine, can I redeem it for future use? No, I don't think so. Rips, what is the subject of today's webinar? More order blocks and inefficiencies, and talking about which ones to trade off of, which areas, which, if you have a bunch of them, which ones to trade off of, which ones take precedence. So, in that realm of things, it'll make sense when we do it. It'll make a lot more sense when we do it. All right, so we have about 22 minutes here until the market's open. Let's see here. How are we doing on our likes, folks? We are at 723 likes, and there's about 1,700 people that are in here watching. It's really free to like, I promise you. That YouTube will not charge your card on file. It's just, you go down, you just go, click that thumbs up button. Simple as that. We get to 1,200 likes, give away a free combine. Can't beat that. Best deal in the house. How can you have combines for $4.50? Where do you find coupons for 50% off? I just bought for full price for $100. Well, you have to tune into Top Step TV for those, or we're trying to get some as well. O'Keefe. That's funny. Yeah, you have to tune in to Top Step TV. They do fire drills. They're going to do a fire drill for the 100K, probably 100K subs. Not for the 100K accounts, 100K subs. Hi, Rips. Just found you today. Hit the like and subscribe. I'm watching TSTV at the same time. Nice. Good to see you there, Donald. What is a fire drill? It's what a organization does to prepare people if there is a fire on the premises, and it's a drill that gets people prepared that, let's say that you're in your office building and it does catch fire. You run a drill for that so that you can be prepared so you don't end up getting burned alive. That is what a fire drill is. I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick, folks. Good luck. I'll be right back with you in about 2 minutes here. Well, look at that. We had a bathroom flushacito to the downside there. Anybody catch that short? My golly, I should have just put on a short and then went to the bathroom. I missed my own indicator. Dang it. Coming right back down to those 55s. Good golly. Dumb 55s. Wait, so who's talking right now? Oh, that's Campos Neto. No, that's Brazilian. Nice. Gad, short from 71. Look at you. Nice job. Had short 4 contracts on 3 150Ks. Nice. There you go. Look at that. Great trading, everybody. What's this footprint for Bookmaps you mentioned? I mean, it's an add-on for Bookmap. I don't know if you need Global Plus to have it, but it's an add-on for Bookmap. Accumulated your short call out and held through a little pain. Average now 76. Covered half here at 57. Thank you. Awesome, Tim. Love to see that. Nice job. What happens after you pass the combine? You get an XFA, and that's the one that you can take withdrawals from. That's the one there. Ribs just subscribed. You're the best. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here too, Tim. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you. I have 200 more watchers than Top Step TV. Let's go. Did we actually hit 13,000 subs, by the way? Did we actually do that? Did we hit 13,000 subs? Does anybody know? Let's see. Oh, we did it. Hey, look at you folks. That's what we call a sack. All the sounds. That's my celebratory. Just smash the soundboard.
Another one.
Thank you, DJ Khaled. I appreciate that. Awesome. 13,000. Look at that. We are growing so fast. We've only been streaming for about 6 months, too, which is fantastic. Let's try to... yeah, there we go. Unreal Tournament Game of the Year. I love that. Let's try to get to 15,000 subs. We'll do a special giveaway at 15,000 subs. We did one at 10,000. We'll do a fun one at 15,000. That's because you have the best live NQ stream. Thank you, Dana. Appreciate you. Rips, are you streaming here this morning or going over to Top Step? No Top Step. I'm only doing Top Step once a week now. which is probably why I'm in a better mood lately. It was exhausting being on Top Step. The chat over in Top Step TV is just sometimes just not the greatest, unfortunately. And, you know, you have to read chat. You have to be interactive. Got to do all these things, but it's a little bit exhausting. You can add it on Just Global. Good to know. Thank you, Slothfather. So, yeah, you don't need Global Plus. It's the transparency in the atmosphere. You're one of a kind, dude. Thank you, Cliff. Appreciate you. I mean, I just try to set up the stream. You know, what would I have wanted to see if I was, you know, in my first 5 years of trading? What would I want to see out there? And it's lacking. It's lacking. The space is lacking, in my opinion. Top Step TV is great. It's a great resource to have on. There's a wealth of knowledge there. I highly recommend watching Top Step TV. It's very, very good. We are coming back down here. I might just have to wait for the market open. Imagine if we just held our original thesis from the top. Like, they would have been done by now. Come on, Rips. Oh, goodness. 13,000 free Clubhouse. Yeah, we're going to give away 13,000 combines today. That's somebody's going to hear that. They'll be like, wait, what? Huh? You got my attention. Where can we learn fundamentals? YouTube is a great resource. Just search YouTube for any kind of topic you're looking for, and they'll look for videos that have a lot of views. And, you know, YouTube is a fantastic resource. I wish that I had YouTube when I was younger. It would have been great. YouTube really came into its own recently in the last 5 years or so. Look at this. Coming down to this 50s now. Let's see. Whoop. I'm drawing on my chart over here. I mean, we just have a little baby gap here. Baby gap. Yeah, we're barely pushing into that right there. There we go. I'm drawing over on the screen, by the way. But yeah, I mean, I really wish we still had our short on. And I guess I could have capped one off on those 80s up there. But yeah, we'll probably be waiting here until the market opens. I don't want to chase this low down here. Because chances are, I mean, I don't know how much worse the news can get for the market today. I really don't. I mean, obviously we're going to have Michelle Bowman is going to have her commentary. And then we have Goolsby, he's not a voter, at noon. And then Powell, basically pow double punch right there at 12:10. So we will see. Ribs, what indicator is bullish block? I draw it myself. I Bob Ross it on my own charts. It's the square tool, the rectangle tool. Ribs, do one need to have separate bookmap subscription if one buys level 2 data from Top Step? No, but I don't think you're going to get the full depth for that price. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this one, but I buy my data from Bookmap. I don't buy the data from Top Step because I don't need to have the depth on my Ninja Trader. I don't really care for it. If you're on Top Step X, you do get it for free. And, you know, for that, great. But I like using my Bookmap data separately. Just passed a 150K combine. Give it up, folks, for Valentino here in the chat, passing a 150K combine. Would that order block on the 261 level be invalid now since it was mitigated 3 candles before? Yeah, this is now a breaker block here. There we go. Whoop. There we go. Boom. Look at that. We Bob Rossed it. Held a short overnight. Should have held it. Hey, that's still money right there. Come on, O'Keefe. We are bouncing right there, and we're working in that bullish order block. I mean, this is going to be an interesting open. I might have to be sitting on my hands a little bit for this open here. That does give us time, though. It does give us time to pump these likes up to 1,200 likes. We get up to 1,200. We are doing that giveaway. Come heck or high water, we're doing it. Level 2 ain't free. It is on Top Step X, is it not? Don't you get full depth on Top Step X? Or am I tripping? You don't get it for free? Wait. Do I? What? Am I? Hold on. Let me load. Hold on. I gotta. Hold on. Do I have like some special? Let me see here. Do I got some special thing here? Oh, you're right. Yeah, well, okay, I don't have it. I thought I had it. No, I'm looking at the volume profile. Okay, all right. I'm wrong. All right, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I thought you get all the depth for free. Yeah, I thought, maybe I had the special streamer packs. They don't give you anything, by the way. Top Stuff doesn't give you any, like, everybody thinks, oh, you get half price combines or you get deals on XFAs or something like that. Nope, I pay $149 for all of my combines. I don't get any deals. I asked, believe me, I asked, and nope, I didn't get anything. By the way, here's my Top Step X. Is this coming through over here? Let me see if I have this up. Here's my Top Step X. We're gonna have a screen for this specifically. But I got 5 of the 50K combines, and I got a 150K combine as well. But I already got it all set up, ready to go. But as you can see, I haven't traded any of it. But there we have it. That's when we're going to be trading on Top Step X there. Byron. They said it's a pass-through. They charge us what they charge them, etc. I thought I'm way off. For some reason, I thought the data was free. Now, see, this is why we have a great community here. You wise up the knucklehead in chat. This guy right here. Here's my real-time inflation gauge. Paid $2.14 for a half gallon of Walmart milk this morning. Paid $2.02 a week ago. Paid $5.37 for a pound of 80/20 ground meat. Paid $4.98 3 weeks ago. And that is your inflation gauge update from Lewis Jackson. Thank you, Lewis. Are you using indicator for inefficiency in order blocks, or do I draw them on? I Bob Ross them all by myself. I do not have an indicator that does that. It's commissions that are passed through. Yeah, I figured that, but I thought we got the full depth. So the market does have a lot of liquidity here, basically from 48 down to 35 or so. So everybody just kind of waking up and selling this late for some reason. Again, I don't really understand why the price action has been so slow to the downside when the data has the commentary from the Fed, the data this morning has suggested that we should be going much, much lower. I don't really understand it. We do have room in the S&Ps all the way down to about 52.35. We are trading the S&Ps right now at 52.46. So we could see a nice little flushecito on the open, which, by the way, is coming in 7 minutes here. 7 minutes. Wait, Tilt will be an add-on? No. I think Tilt is being included. Oh, geez. Do I not know anything about this platform? Maybe you should poke Paddock to give the people level 2 for free. I've never heard of free level 2. I mean, and that's why it's like, wow, Top Step X free depth. That's insane. Tilt will be an add-on, or it's included? Does anybody know? Why is the green block still a bullish one? Because the candle has not closed yet. And, you can look at mitigation from 2 different forms of it. You can look at it as a wick being not mitigated versus a candle body being mitigation. What platform do I use? I use NinjaTrader as my platform of choice. Yeah. Okay, so Tilt will be included. I'm not going crazy. I thought I'm taking crazy pills this morning. Market doesn't want to wait for us to roll down here. Apple is starting to roll. Meta's got some room to the downside. Google and Microsoft both are kind of at this tipping point here. Are those inefficiency and blocks an indicator, or you put them on the chart yourself? And if so, what can I? This is going to be the 4th time I've answered this. I don't know if you folks are trolling me. I assume that at this point, we're all just trolling me. Tilt will not be included once they go live in public. Okay, there's a little bit of a disagreement there. No way, not a troll after 3 times. Watching out for volatility sweep through these shorts at open. Yeah, I mean, that's beautiful, beautiful flush down. If you're still holding this short, congratulations to you. You're nailing this. All right, let's see if we get a bounce back up towards, 50s or so. As you take multiple trades, do you journal? Of course. The lucky thing for me is that I'm recording my screen, and it's really easy for me to go back and journal my trades by just rewinding the tape. They will stop broadcasting Tilt on Top Step TV, but we'll get it on Top Step Excellence Live. I wonder if they're going to charge for it. I'm very curious about that. Anyway, smash the like button, folks, because we're about to open here in 4.5 minutes. Smash the lucky like button. It's the only way that you're going to have a green day. Just kidding. Can't say that. But it's pretty likely that if you don't hit the like button, I can't promise that you're going to have a green day. If you do hit the like button, I also cannot promise that you're going to have a green day. But sure, it feels good, doesn't it? Feels great. So do it. Can you answer it? I've answered it 4 times, Dylan. I draw them myself. I will answer it for the 4th time. I do draw them myself. It is not an indicator. I can't wait to answer it for a 5th time. Oh, goodness. I use FIFO, first in, first out, Lord Wood. So far, it is included. Thank you, Redberg. Are the webinars recorded? They are, and they're uploaded within 24 hours, Alfred. Chat will turn you into loopy ribs. Yes, without a question. Maybe he doesn't know who Bob Ross is. That's a good chance. What does he mean he Bob Rosses himself? Who's Bob Ross? Is that what's Bob Ross's trading method? Mike says, do you draw the bars on your chart or do you use market data? See, that's good. That's the commentary I wake up for right there. That's good. Thank you, Mike. That was good. That's hilarious. I draw each one of these candles myself. Can I check the NASDAQ? No, I refuse. I will only check the NQ. That's the only thing I'm going to watch today. I will not watch the NASDAQ, but I will trade the NQ. Oh, goodness. All right. 2.5 minutes, folks. 2.5 minutes. Who's that guy in the bottom left? I don't know. Some Looney Tune. Some absolute Muppet Looney Tune knob. What type of colored pencil do you use for the can? All right, we got to focus up here. Market really wants to rip to the downside here. We are inside 2 minutes now. What would be really, really nice, what we're probably not going to get, would be a nice pop that we could short into, but it's pretty likely the market's just going to ignore that and it's just going to go straight down. We might have to chase, then we get the pop. We'll see. We'll try to play this our best. I don't like the way that the market's setting up for us now, but, you know, as a momentum trader, you just kind of have to show up for it. Not ideal, but it is what it is. All right. About a minute to go here, folks. 1 minute. It's the 1 minute warning. 1 minute warning here. What's my P&L so far today? Right there. I gotta wear Bob Ross wig tomorrow. Yeah. Oh no, not out of Celsius. I have pallets full of Celsius right now. I'm just enjoying the monster. Plus, Celsius didn't want to step up with a sponsorship. Bad form, Celsius. 30 seconds here, folks. Did I draw the P&L? I did. Yes. I drew it all by myself. How do I read the top left chart? I have a webinar about it, but just YouTube Bookmap. Just look for videos on Bookmap. That's how you can start to learn. All right, here we go, folks. 10 seconds until the party starts. Good luck, everybody. Hopefully you all have a great day. Let's see how we do here. Markets are open. Okay, we are getting a nice little push up here, which I do like. Getting out some early shorts here. Squeeze, squeeze. See if we can have any kind of weakness in this. Meta is going straight up. Google, Microsoft, all going straight up here. Let's try a short here. See if we can nail some weakness here. See if we have a nice fade that we could sell into. 50s are currently holding right now. Liquidity is surprisingly low. Big bidder there on 50s. Can we blow through those 50s to the downside? That is the question. Pretty docile opening here, to be honest. Now we're getting some push and pull. There we go through the 50s. Still bidding this up, surprisingly. A lot of squeezing right here. Whole mess of squeezing. Trying an add right here. Still bid support right under the 60s there. Not really liking it. Actually going to move my stop up a little bit. Adding into that. Let's see if we tuck below 50s here without bids. And we're still holding. Trying one more short here. Right into these 55s. Adding again. We should start to let loose here. Nobody wants to sell these 50s just yet. Covered some. Covered another one. I really hate this price action right here. We should be flushing through 50s hard. Watching here. It stopped out. All right, well, what were we at? We were at 423. Now we're at 481. So basically scratch there on that opening trade. We're holding. We are holding. I just wonder if this is, we're just going to squeeze here for a hot minute until we come back up to maybe say 90s. I'm just not adamant enough to ride this squeeze, even though we are showing tremendous support at those 50s. I'm looking for a blow off top here that I could short into. I'm trying to short there again. Adding into that. See if we can break through this bid support again. It doesn't want to. Interesting. I might end up going flat here, but we'll see. Can we break through 61s? Big bid support still. But I feel like we had exhaustion up towards 75. Okay, now we're starting to drop it like it's hot. Show me 55s on the print. Watching. We pull down and we just start to squeeze again. It's very interesting. Selling these 70s. I like our stop at 76 still. Selling that. Looking for 70s flush. Covering 2. Covering 1. So adding into that failed breakout at 72 there. Seeing if we can get aggressive below 55. 65s are currently holding. Trickier price action here off this open. See if 65s give us that fade that we're looking for right now. Huge, tremendous bid support. Algorithm's turning on there right at 9:35, 5 minutes after the open. See if we get enough sell side to break through these 65s. I'm not trusting it. This is why my stop is so tight at 72. And it stopped out there. So a little give back there. 481 goes down to 226. And just playing tight around this range here. Seeing a lot of Bid support stepping up, but it does again look like we're having a failed breakout up here. Meta super strong, Google super weak, Amazon strong, Nvidia strong. A lot of buyers, surprisingly. A lot of big buyers are stepping in. I'm going to try these 65s. Try to sell these 65s and then a flip up through 75 here watching. Second lot on there. See if we can bury it through 60s. Watching. Still not finding sell side at 65s. But you feel like, I mean, just from reading this, it looks like buyers do want to exhaust up here towards these 70s. Just try not to get too big of a size here until we break 60s. So watching here. Still holding the bids at 65. Okay, trying to sell that again up at 75. They are defending 75s here. Big buyers though. Adding. See if we can flush these 70s. They're still selling 75, which is nice, but it's tough for me to trust this here. And stopped out there. So back up to these 80s, still just trying to short this thing, looking for buyers to exhaust. Stop was just a little bit too tight there. I'm going to try this once more, still trying to short this. 70s are pulling, now looking for 65s to pull. Watching up here at 75. Watching closely here. Adding into that. Rejection at 75s again. Pull back in Nvidia. Adding into these 80s. A lot of sellers up at these 80s. So I can have confidence to add into those. If we get a sweep below 70s, I can really pile into this. Watching here, gosh, those bidders stepping in so tremendously hard here, which is, again, surprising to me that we're seeing this bid so hard. Heavy sellers, but I mean, which it's just not able to hold back this price action. Adding again there. Looking for this sweep below 75. Adding right there for a sweep into 70s. Okay, there's that 70 sweep. Do we get continuation? Covering some there. Good golly, this thing just doesn't want to break these 65s. Watching here. 65 still doesn't want to pull. Taking off another one there. It's hesitating for too long. Don't like these 65s. Kind of the thorn in my side today. Yeah, just playing this range. Trying to be aggressive when it counts. Stopped out there. So we're at 226. Now we're at $4.60. Oh, good golly. What an opening trade we have here. I mean, a lot of resistance to the top side. I'm trying to time like a big flush of Cito through these 60s, and it's just like, it's just not coming. It's just not wanting to do it. It's literally not wanting to do it for us. Infinite bid support just keeps on showing up. So, just annoying, right? Just go long. That's all you have to do. Just freaking go long. The moment we switch to buying off these 65s instead of trying to short through them is the moment that we get the snap through. Bowman says that she is flagging areas of concern for the discount window access. I mean, the easy trade, I guess, is just longing this open, but I'm still not sold on it. I'm going to try another short here. And then I'll add above 75s. See if we get the sweep below. Watching again for this area to break because there's a lot of stops that want to get popped below this. So we do have data coming out in about 4 minutes here, if I'm not mistaken. The PMI is out in 4 minutes. Adding into that here. Huge bidder there at 71. My goodness. Massive, massive bid size at 71. Look at this. You see sellers stepping in, but there's so much absorption going on the bid here. It does beg the question of why I'm still trying to short this. Because, the idea that if we break 65, there's a tremendous chance that we lose 30 points in a jiffy here. See if we get this 65 pull again. This is what we're aiming for. We knock on the door and we get rejected right away. We have Girl Scout cookies. Open the door. Come on. We have Girl Scout cookies. Adding into that with our Girl Scout cookie trade here. 65s. Knock, knock. We have Thin Mints. We have Thin Mints at the door. You want to answer this? Believe me. 30. Come on. 65. Knock, knock. We're here with Girl Scout cookies. Come on. Girl Scout cookie trade. All right. I'm covering 2 there, I suppose. I'll go flat. Good golly. We had peanut butter patties too, right, Astro Nerd? Knocking on the door, nobody's home. What were we at now? Hey, look, hey, we're the highest we've been. Well, no, second highest we've been today. At least we got something out of it. Ah, good golly. We got samosas or Samoas, whatever they're called. Anybody loving this price action? If you hate this price action, drop an H in chat, I guess. Good Lord. There's some H's. I'm not alone. Yeah. And now once we go flat, this is where it finally, after we're completely exhausted from this price action. All right, let's see what the PMI gives us here. There's so many stops that are right below this that it's like, I'm telling you, there's like a 30 handle flush just waiting right here. Who is bidding this market? This is insane to me where are you short from? Are these people short from 407 or something that you're like, you don't think you're going to get covers? Like, I don't understand how we have such thick liquidity here to the downside. I don't understand it myself. See this? Do you see this? This is crazy. This much heavy bid support. It's not like they're not trying to sell into this. There's just big bid support. That is a technical term, by the way. Page 432, I believe. It's a larger time frame for play. I get that, but still, the tape is not congruent with what the reality of the marketplace is. Green so far, waiting for news. Nice, Mark. Yeah, 82 to 62, 20 handles if you caught that. I just didn't have the stomach to hold it all the way. Rips is tops up going to allow trading more than 3 XFA accounts. Yes, they're going to have a scaling plan where you can trade up to 10 is the latest news that I have on that from MP himself. There's your, yeah. So here we go. PMI coming out in 10 seconds here. I'd be flat, personally. I am flat, but be careful. Please be careful. Thin order book. It's in line. It's completely in line. Same as the expectation. But now does this give the market an excuse like, oh, now we can sell it? Ugh, this price action is disgusting. Yeah, I don't like this price action at all. So the next print is 15 minutes, and that's going to be the big one. So maybe the market's going to finally wake up for that. Finally. I'm hands off here, folks. Hands off. This is the 14th month of an expansion for PMI here. Crazy. Market does like what? Okay, what? let's put it to a guess here. What does the market need to see to roll? What do we need to see from the market? What do we need to hear from the Fed heads? I mean, one of them literally said that we may even be down to one rate cut this year. Here comes some speed. All right, trying this here. And adds up at 65 potentially. Okay, add right there. How high do we sweep liquidity is the question. I'm up at 71 for my stop. Adding again, more cappers I see up there at 65, the more I want to add. Break 60s and we go. Huge bidders again. My goodness, big bidders there. Holy smokes. Again, with these huge bids out of nowhere. Crazy that we're intercepting that much liquidity there to the downside. That is crazy town to me. Out of nowhere, too. Stopped out. I mean, did you see that? We came down, we intercepted a massive amount of liquidity right below 60s, and it's just like pops right up, right back up. Incredible, right? Incredible. Up 705, locking and moving to another account, just not in tune with the action. It's difficult action, right? It's not so much that you might not be in tune, it's just extremely difficult price action here. It's extremely choppy and incongruent with what we're looking for here. MP is holding this up. The 50 lot king of Chicago here. I mean, at this rate, I might just wave the white flag and just say, we'll go with longs today. I mean, we are seeing bounces from Google, from Amazon. Let's see, the next bid support area is down here at the 70s. All right, we'll join the winning team, I suppose. And we'll see if we can do an add at 70 or so. And then we get a flat top breakout here of these 80s. So that's what I'll be watching for here. We're right at VWAP too. We do a VWAP breakout. S&Ps are starting to rally here. Do an add down here at 75. Another add here below 70s. And then see if we get this push back up towards 75. So watching for thin offers that I could add into. Actually going to bring this down a little bit. I want to take a little bit more heat on this one. So let's see if we get through this offer at 70. Watching. Adding down there into that pull back into the 65s. That was the bane of my existence, but now we're going to use it to our favor here. And stopped out. Well, that idea didn't work. 65s all of a sudden do not want to hold. All right, let's see if we can take a little breather here. This is, by the way, this is how much we've been trading this open here. Just riding the snake. All right, watching here. We wicked up into that inefficiency twice here, but are we done conducting business? We have the ISM in 10 minutes here. It's 10 minutes. All right. Buying off these 65s again. And I'll be looking for a nice hold and an up jump towards 70. Adding into this, we are holding here above 65. We are kind of holding the range above 55s as well. See if we get this push up above 70s, targeting 77 or so to the top side here. Little squeeze, but a lot of capping ongoing here. Watching, adding. Looking for this to hold above 70s. See if we can get a little risky up towards 77 or so. So some cappers at 65, but we also have some bids again at 62 showing up. See if we have enough mustard to hold the line at 65 here. Adding. Looking for this to blow up through 70s now. Watching here. Tickled into those 70s, but a harsh rejection. Not ideal. Liquidity is drying up a little bit here, but if we break through these 70s quickly, we can see 77 on the print. So watching for a double top breakout here of 72. Watching here. Starting to rev up. Watching for 77 on the print. I got to cover 5 there. We didn't get that push right to 77 with a jiffy that I want to see. 75s are kind of giving us a little bit of trouble here. Okay, here comes 77. 77 on the print. Nice. Very good. Let's see if we can actually have this double top breakout at 80s now. And flushing right back down. Tough breed here. And covered all that. I meant to only cover 3. But yeah, we covered all that there. Tough price action, I will say. Very difficult price action here. But we are scalping in this range. Luna, your electricity has been flickering on and off for the last 5 minutes. I mean, you're avoiding some really disgusting price action, so there is some silver lining in that. We are 7.5 minutes out from this print here. I wonder if we're actually going to get some nice price action following this print. So we tried to get a little flip out there at 77. We had a very harsh pullback there, a rejection into those 77s. We are very much range bound in this market right now. Yeah, this is some of the worst price action here. Watching here at these 70s again. And we might have to stay flat until that print. So let's see. Apple straight down, by the way. It was tooling up to the top side. Nvidia, slight pullback. We haven't reached up to those 895s in Nvidia yet. I would like to see a deeper pullback than, I mean, I'd like to see us back down to that 62 level again, which would be great. It's a shame that we got stopped out right there at like 65 on the trade prior to the last one we took 2 trades ago. Tesla's still rolling over here. Amazon pulling back a little bit. I think we'll have to be patient here and wait. Yeah, Vivo app is being rejected. That's kind of the pain in our side right now to the long side, is that we cannot do this flat top breakout here right at 78, which is kind of where the overnight point of control is as well. Volume is steadily declining too this entire time, which doesn't make this a great setup, doesn't make this a great trade, which is unfortunate, right? Very unfortunate. In the meantime, if you're not in a trade, smash that like button so we can definitely do a combine giveaway here. I'd love to do that at 1,200 likes. So let's see, pulling back to 75 or so. Looking for that flat top breakout now. We'll probably pop some stops right here and now. And it's thicker liquidity. We might have to wait. You know, the print is 5 minutes out here. Very thick liquidity into these 80s. Very thick to the top side. Looking for a potential scalp short here. I'm going to try a quick scalp short. Move my stop in case I don't get this right here. There we go. Nice pull down. Look at that bid absorption though, right at 75. Wow. Okay, now we're coming down a little bit there. Wow, do you see these bids? This is insane. I mean, this is ridiculous here. This is absurd. This is absolutely absurd, these bids that are showing up here. I don't make any sense of this whatsoever. How do we have such heavy bidders there? Look at that, into the 70s. Look at that. I gotta cover one. This is ridiculous. This is just so difficult to read because these icebergs are massive. These are the biggest icebergs that we've seen in recent price action. Massive icebergs are showing up. I mean, these are huge. We're talking about 1,500 lots just like out of nowhere, right? Out of nowhere. All right, let's see if 70s want to give us that rejection here now. Watching. Little pre-print pull down. There's those 65s trading again. A little bit heavier to the offer side this time. It doesn't mean that they're not going to pull offers and we're going to see a tremendous bounce. Watching back up here at these 70s. Trying this trigger point right at 65. Or right at the VWAP. Then using 70s as a backstop here. Move my stop down just in case. In case we get a flash move here. Adding. Oh, goodness. Another iceberg. Look at this. Another iceberg player stepping in right there. And we're running into, let's see if we get this flush below 60s here. I'm going to try to cover 3 into 60s. I might just have to be quicker than that. Watching. Yeah, this is this is just some of the worst price action. Not enjoyable whatsoever. I mean, you can see it on my screen here. This is some of the worst. All right, PMI is going to be out in 2 minutes here. Thank you, everybody in chat, pointing that out. Appreciate you. Liquidity getting very thin here. Let's see like another 1,500 lot iceberg showing up here out of nowhere. Like the print is the dome is so thin. It's like it should drag. Like this is how it should be dragging to the downside. But of course, we don't have our contracts on because we keep getting shaken out by these massive iceberg players that are showing up. Disgusting bounces here. I'm gonna keep this right around 71 or so. I might want to be flat before the print. But let's see. If we actually flush down to 55s, I could be interested in potentially holding that. Although it just seems like it could just be another simple draw of liquidity to the downside here. So watching here at 60s. There's a 61 flush. Covering one. Got a minute till the data. I'm going to keep my stop right here. If we get a flush, I could potentially add into it, but I mean, I'm expecting that we just get stopped right out here. Likely we get stopped out right before the print. Move this over here. There we go, stopped out. All right, here we go, folks. We have the print coming out in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds until the ISM print. News is out? Not yet. Almost. If I hear liquidity thin, widespread icebergs, I do not play. That's smart. Look at how thin the order book is now. Holy smokes. And look at how many executions we've had. Look at this. Crazy. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. That explains all your bids. There you have it. Congrats to anybody who got that long there. Holy squeeze. Jeez Louise. Watching if we're holding above 300s here or not. We're holding a long enough above 300s here. I'm going to try this long. Unbelievable. Unbelievable here. Show me 330s on the print. Wow, look at how wicky this is getting here. Oh, this is where we get really risky. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Show me above 330s and we rock it. Get right up to 340s here. Wow, this is just moving so incredibly fast. Watching. Covered 3. Don't like it. Two more out. Again, don't like it. Good golly. Don't like it. 330s, big traffic at 330s here. Okay, through 330s, now we run. Looking for 340s to trade here. Watching here. Okay, there's your 340s. We're right in the upper part of this inefficiency. I would be covering one here if I had an extra one to cover. We have a squeeze all the way up to 350s, potentially intact if they don't defend 340s here. So watching this very closely. Unbelievable move here. Oh, okay, covering that. Oh, okay, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Jeez Louise. Tried to cover and it's putting me in short. Jeez Louise. Oh, I can't wait until I get my hotkeys. All right, so we were down about $3,000 there. Now we're up 154 bucks. So nice recovery on that print. Unbelievable print. That explains your bids though. If you ever wanted to know what's going on and why I can't understand things, well, somebody knew what the print was going to be, and there's why you have such thick bids. And if you think the markets aren't manipulated, I have a bridge to sell you all the way from California to China. Unbelievable. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad because I traded that like a knucklehead. When I see bids like that, somebody needs to remind me in chat. Somebody needs to say, hey, Rips, you dummy. Why do you think they're bidding it? They obviously know about the print. And I'll say, oh, yeah. If you see somebody trading like a knucklehead, shout it out to them. Because I traded that like an idiot. You see bids like that. And how many times am I sitting there saying, well, they're bidding this thing. I don't know why they're bidding it. How many times did I say that like a freaking knucklehead? Wake up, Rips. What are you doing, buddy? Good golly. What are you doing? Oh, there's a lot of bids here. So bid it with them, buddy. Good golly. Why are there so many bids? Let's short it. Let's short the market. What are you doing, dude? Come on. Thank you, G-Trader. Exactly right. I'm going to go short here again. They're bidding it. Why are they bidding it so hard? Jesus. Jeez Louise. Camillo. You stop bidding it. It's going to break. Yeah, you don't think that people don't have early access to that data? Rewatch today's stream and you'll see very clearly on the tape. How many times am I going to sit there and say, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why they can't stop bidding this thing. Ay. And now here we are missing this whole move. Yeah, out of sync with this one today. But at least we recognize where we are. I mean, my accounts are basically break even. I'm up. I have $296 in fees per account right now. I have across the board, I'm paying, what is my commission here? Does it show? Where's my total commission? Okay, it should show. There we go. There's my total commission. What a knucklehead. What a knucklehead. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What do you recommend to see icebergs? Bookmap. You can use the add-on, but I think it slows it down too much. My broker loves me. Yeah, I mean, we're trading on Combine, so if I was trading on my live account, it would be Doran. So we came right up to the level here, 365, just straight to the level. I pulled out of the inefficiency because I thought maybe we're going to find some breaks, but I guess, this is where we send it all the way back up to 407s here. All right, let's see if we can slow down and continue to play this extension. We're rejecting off 365 quarters right now. Sorry for your lost rips, but I'm really feeling good that my read was opposite to yours and I stuck with it despite hearing you in my ear the whole time seeing the opposite. Nice work there, long game. Never apologize. If you're seeing the market better than me, congrats. I mean, I'm just a dude trading as a dude here on a stream. Trying my best. I mean, right read, wrong mentality. Knuckleheaded mentality. Totally stubborn, knuckleheaded mentality. Just join the bid. Silly. Didn't Top Step commissions change recently? Yeah, they did. The rhythmic ones did. Boy, we are squeezing here. It's funny how bad the news was this morning and everybody just knew what this ISM was going to be. It's the lowest since March of 2020. And as the price is paid, which is like great indication that inflation is coming down. And this is what you see sometimes too, is where the Fed heads come out and they all are just so hawkish and they all know, oh, ISM is going to come in, price is paid, way down, inflation's under control. And then they just come out and they're just like, yeah, inflation's a mess. We're terrible at our jobs. Maybe one rate cut this year, right? And then they all know what the ISM data is going to be coming out today. And it's like, oh, we did it. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Big bids before the data, then touch opening range, end up big. Nice work there, Buck Rogers. Way to go. Nicely done, anybody who saw this correctly, who didn't get blinded by the knuckleheadism. And 60s are kind of chopping around here. So the next piece of news that we have coming out here is going to be not until noon. I mean, we have the, if you're a crude trader, we have the inventories coming out for the Department of Energy. That's going to be at 10:30, of course, when it always is, 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. Yeah, they haven't done a dang thing. I agree. Long buys, but did not see this coming. I mean, the signature was there. I mean, this is why tape reading is such a valuable skill, but you have to actually listen to your tape reading skills. You can't sit there and say, well, they won't stop bidding this thing. Dang it. You have to actually pay attention. I mean, that just goes you to show, if you have a bias, like I had a bias paying attention to the news and not the price action, coming right back down now. We swept that liquidity right above our clubhouse level and came right back down. Rips had a buy order that got triggered on the rip up. How come you don't do that if a pop or a drop is expected? I mean, I tried. I mean, we've done those bracket orders, but I just didn't want to set up for a bracket order on that one. But you can do that for sure. You can have success in doing that. So we are coming back down. We should see a little bit of loftiness right around, what is this, 330s or so. We should see some loftiness here. So this is our first pullback. Some profit taking off that rip, obviously. Apple straight back down. Is that the biggest fader? Yeah. Amazon, Apple kind of pulling back here. A lot of bid support below these 330s down into the 20s here. Starting to see some thicker bids showing up. A lot of profit taking. Buck Rogers says, you have a fun room. Listen on YouTube. Top 7 will be adding this room to my daily routine. Awesome. Looking forward to having you with us, Buck. Holy smokes. Cargo, talk to me. You are less than $1,000 away from passing. Let's go.
Another one.
Let's go.
He's on fire.
Give it up for Mr. Cargo Colt here. Cargo Colt is one of the architects of a lot of the tools that we have here in Clubhouse, a very talented trader and coder. He's currently architecting the Top Step hotkey tool for NinjaTrader, which I was supposed to be testing yesterday, but I have not. I've been so overloaded still, even though I'm not doing Top Step TV as much as I was, still completely overloaded here. Again, I haven't looked at the likes, but the next time I look, I want to see them up at 1,200 here. So let's see if we can get those likes pumped up at all. I'm watching to see if there's anything worth trading here. We're just kind of sweeping liquidity from 30s to 40s. I'm gonna try a long here, actually. See if we can get above these 40s. Trade up into this 45 area. I have a stop there at 25, but I will add into the pulls of liquidity to the downside here. I missed that one down at 35. So back above these 40s here. I do expect some rip up above 45. If we get that blow through 45, this could get very, very speedy here. So pull back there to 41, adding on that pullback. Nice rip up there to 45. And can we touch that 48 player or not? That is the question. Adding in that pullback. See if we can flip this up at 48. 2 out at 48. Nice. Scalping this little range here. Nice pick up. Beautiful push up there to 53. Move my stop up to 47. There we go. So what were we at there? We're at 154. Added a couple bucks there. We're now at $1,100. Hey, there we go. From up to down to down to up. It's trading, folks. It's the wild world of trading. Mel just passed her $50,000 combine. Let's go, Mel. Give it up for Mel here in the Discord. What's up? That's what I'm talking about right there. Love to see that. Beautiful. And look at that prescient cover there on that pushback up to 48s and 50s. Woo! Sheesh, I was scalping shorts as soon as I heard Rip say that we'd try to go out for a plus 20 and then pump. Thanks. Yeah, there you go, NQ Wolf. Nice job. Nice, nice, nice. Pass another 50K. Way to go, Scott, bro. Look at that. We got winners in the chat today. Love to see that. I'd like to say thank you for this educational stream. Thank you, Trader Joe. Always appreciate your support here. Trader Joe, very kind person you are. Yeah, I wish I would have gotten the lofty bids at 30. We saw it tucking down into those 30s. I was just late to the party. But, hey, I'll take it. I'm not on 30s, but what was my entry there? My first entry on that one was... was at... Was it really? 43 quarters? I thought I got in the 30s there. Just goes to show you how bad market orders could be sometimes. I bet Dolby is walking around in a circle with this action. Why would you say that? Dolby's a great trader. Dolby's a great guy. I made my commissions. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. Let's get a quick check on commissions. Nice. We still didn't make our commissions. 1,200 in commissions. Total net profit 1141. Still not there yet. Almost. So close. That pains my soul seeing those commissions. I mean, we were very active. If you wanted to know why. Look at this. Ride the snake. Ride that snake. All we had to do was just stop being a knucklehead and bid it up with the best of them. Okay, so 65 again is where we're coming. A lot of liquidity there at 65. We did have that nice pullback into those 43s there. We did miss that second rocket up. We get a pullback below. I will try to add this for a breakout of those 70s to the top side here. We are 100 handles higher from where we were trying to short this thing, mind you. Okay, so we're back at that Clubhouse level 65 quarters. Absolutely no pullbacks yet. Watching here for any kind of pullback to say 61 or so. This would be a big breakout if we give above the 80s here. Slight pullback to 67. Okay, there we go. Through 75 there. Big blow off top. Let's see if we get continuation now. Beautiful, beautiful continuation above these 80s now. Look at this blow off top, folks. Absolutely stunning. Look at this move. Little hesitation here. Covering that into that hesitation. Maybe a little bit early, but we'll take it. That's going to put us up $2,100 there on the day. Got to take it when I'm in the profit like that because we hesitated a little bit there at those 83s. Anybody else catch that big old jump and rip scoop to the top side there? Today's that day, folks. Today is that day. Oh, goodness me. So we do have room up to 407, but I would like to see a pullback to 78 first. Unlikely that we'll see that with how speedy it's getting. Right? What a day. What a day. My goodness. See if we can have any kind of pullback here towards 85. Okay, there we go. Pull back to 80s now. That was a big, big rejection up there at those 90s. I can't wait for my hotkey thing to be in the mix. Nice spaz trick. Up $3,880, 4,000 bucks. There you go. First 150K. Let's go. Give it up for Cargo Colt.
That's what we call a sack lunch. Nom, 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 nom.
Nice work there, Cargo. His first 150K. Been a long road. You deserve it more than anybody, buddy. Way to go. Awesome, awesome job. Give it up, folks. If you're even in the YouTube, give it up for Cargo Colt over here. His first past 150K combine. Let's go.
He's heating up.
Love to see that, Cargo. That's what I'm talking about. Very, very nice. Up 251 in my XFA. Pretty happy with that as I'm having a hard time reading the things today. Nice, Tony. Let's go. Good stuff. Good stuff here. All right, I'm going to take a quick check on the likes here since I haven't checked in a hot minute. Quick check on the likes. How did we do? We are at 1,000 likes. We're 200 short. That's fine. I mean, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do 1,100 likes for it tomorrow. Folks on YouTube, we have been streaming here for just over 2 hours, about 2 hours, 15 minutes. Congratulations to everybody today. I got to say, this was a very tricky opening to read. We stuck with it. We traded our hearts out. We traded together. We had some folks that were seeing the market really, really well. We had people like me who couldn't read the pants off the market off the open here, but we made it back. We did well. We recovered. We stayed in the pocket. We did not give up. We said, hey, market, we're still here and we're going to make it happen the best we can. So, very, very happy to trade this alongside you folks. And I do appreciate all of you spending your morning with me. We had about 2,000 people in here watching at our high point. So I do appreciate all of you stopping by and watching the stream. Folks in Discord, do not go anywhere. We're going to keep on trading, seeing if we can, make a couple more ducats here to make it happen. Good luck to everybody out there, though, on YouTube. Go check out Top Step TV's stream. And again, make sure if you're watching this at a later time, come back, leave a comment. Really helps out the YouTube algorithm, and we'll get faster to those 15,000 subs and grow our family in here on the morning streams. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and I will see you folks bright and early tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. Take care.